my crafty friends. Welcome to Happy Place Crafting, crafting therapy for the soul. I hope you all are terrific. I am doing well, thank you. Today is day 12 out of fingers, of Dear Prompt. Prompt cards plus art play equals this journal. And let's get to it. Oh, let me set that timer so we know how long we are crafting for today. All right, let's pick an element. Let's just pick one. Pick a make. Oh, did that one just fall off of there? I think it did. Guess that's the one that wanted picked today. Color. And an action. Whoops, guess that's going to be it. Okay. Let's move those aside and see what we've got. And remember, this belongs to something. Oh, to that one. We'll have to re-glue it. Excuse me. All right. Our element today, here, let me zoom in, is newspaper. Ooh. Wait. There we go. Newspaper. I don't mind that element at all. I'm good with that. This one we need to glue back on. This is our make. Our make fell off and chose us, so we're going to go with it. It's a flip out. That's going to be interesting. So it's a flip out. Okay, we've got that. Our color is Sprinkler Arc. That's very interesting. I will love to see how you all interpret that. And our action is layer. I actually kind of think I know how I want to do this, but I don't know how much time it'll take. But I think I'm kind of okay with that. Okay. Now, Sprinkler Arc, I don't know what you think of, but when I think of the arc of a sprinkler in the sun in the summer, I think of playing in a sprinkler as a kid and seeing the rainbows in the arcs of the sprinkler because it was the water and the sun. It created like a prism effect. So that's what I think. So rainbow, it could be any color you want. Let's put a piece of glue down there. That's gonna irritate me. So newspaper, we'll just do newspaper print. Let me grab that. I have done some adjusting a little bit. I think that would be in here. It is. Okay. So that I don't have to get up and go across the room for many, many things. The funny thing is I think what I want to use to create this layered effect, I've just put away this morning, and it's all these pieces of printables. All these. I just stuck them in here this morning because I have a drawer underneath my desk here that I put everything from my projects in, and then like once a week, once every couple weeks, let's post you back out. I go ahead and clean it out and put everything where it needs to go. All right, let's Okay, we're going to create a background by layering all of these. Let's pick out the ones we really want to use. Because I'm kind of thinking like these kind of more, less, oh wait, that one might be okay. I don't want that dark. Kind of like that. Love that. Love that. Love that. That would be fine. That would work. That. Probably not so much those colors. That would be fine. Ooh, that one would be good. I really don't mind that one. Those would be good. Those would be fine. I might have way more than I need. Not those. That would be okay, that one. That one, no. No, probably not. Yes, yes. No, no. No, no. I kind of came across a sort of color palette, I feel like. I don't know if that one works. I don't think that one works. That one does. Those do. That one doesn't. That one doesn't. Those two. That works. I don't really feel like we're going to need these big ones, but just in case we do, I'm going to set these over here. Just in case we need them, but I don't really feel like we're going to. That one. That one. That one. Okay. So we're not going to use those. I'm going to set these aside over here. Okay, no. We could use those. That might be fine. That'd be okay. No. I think we should have enough. Now, we gotta remember we gotta do a flip out too, so. Alright, let's set these aside and let's kind of lay these out. I kind of see a pattern there. Alright, let's layer. We maybe should put the glue on the piece itself, now that I think about it. Now that I think about it. Today is Monday for me. You'll be seeing this on Tuesday. Let's just That'll be fine. Yeah, you'll be seeing this on a Tuesday. I want to thank everybody that's been participating. It means a whole lot to me that you all, and I love to see what you're doing. And it's so cool. Everybody's doing different things. And I love to see everybody's interpretations of them. It's so very cool. I love to see it. Makes me very happy. Dawn replied to my thing yesterday and said, "You are not copying anybody. This has been done for a long time, for years and years and years. You're doing it in your own way. It's fine." She knows I was going down the rabbit hole. Like, I don't want to be copying anybody, and I don't want to make anybody upset. But, and you know, sometimes people can be sensitive like that, and it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I just try to not step on any toes, because I'm cognizant that I am, I'm new to this world, kind of, I mean, I've only had my channel's fairly young, so I don't want to go upsetting anybody. Sometimes I feel like, that might be the case. I try to be sensitive about that, Like, I don't mean to step on anybody's, toes. Is that going to bother me? It is, probably. Because all the others are cut square, and that one's, the corner's torn, like. Okay. Plus it needs glued down a bit better. Okay. Let's see. We're going to do this gorgeous background, then we're going to put a flip over it. No, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking, just never know. You just never know. You never know, you never know. No. That should probably go that way. I don't think I slept great last night. You know how sometimes when you wake up, you're just like, oh, did I even sleep last night? I'm not sure how well I slept. It's getting down to the nitty-gritty around here. School's getting ready to start. My daughter is getting ready to move away with my grandbabies. So this next weekend I have to go say my goodbyes to them for now. So that's going to be a challenge, having to do that. But, your kids grow up, they get older, and they got to move on with their lives, and I get that. I was once young and did that myself. I kind of like the way this is looking. Not bad, not bad at all. I love these papers. They're some of my very favorite papers that I ever created. And I don't even know if I even released them, to be quite honest. I'm not even sure if I did. But they sure were fun. They sure were. I think we might need some of those. I thought I picked like tons of these where, oh no, you're not going to need any more. But it kind of looks like I might. Kinda looks like it. One of my daughters went back to work today because she's a teacher. So that's really cool. I think she was ready to get back to the back too. When I was choosing jobs, I should have chosen a job like that. Where you get the summers off, you can hang, and then go back to school. I'm anxious to see how her day went. I hope she calls me and lets me know. I messaged her last night to wish her luck. It's funny because I'm like, have fun at school, work. Work school. It's kind of like she still goes back to school, like, you know, the school agers, but she's an adult. It's kind of funny, but I'm glad that she's found something that she's passionate about that makes me happy. She's so very talented. And her and I, we're rocky sometimes, but we basically have a pretty good relationship, I would say. We kind of, you know, I don't know, I'm kind of learning still how to be an adult parent. And, oh my gosh, we had enough. Look, we only had 2 extras. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. And being an adult parent can be challenging. But something I appreciate about her is if I mess up, she lets me know and then we like talk about it. You know what I mean? She doesn't just, okay, we definitely did layer. That is layer. The whole background is one big layer. I actually really love it. It looks very patchwork. Do we not love it? I kind of love it. I feel like it's something I would make again. Okay. We need some glue right there. Right there. Or anywhere else that's I feel is gonna come up a little bit. Maybe there. I know I don't get them in clear in the corners always. Maybe there. Okay. Alright. Did I get it there? No. Every time I pick one up, I feel like I find another one. Okay. Alright, now, sprinkler arc. I think we dealt with that too. Newspaper. I feel like we should stamp the newspaper stamp. Although, what if we made the flip out a newspaper? I have kind of a bizarre idea. Let's see if I can get it to work. Alright, let's move this for a minute. I do want this. Is this the only newspaper one? No, I've got that one too. Those are not... No, that could be considered newspaper. No, not really. Well, yeah, I think so. Is that it? So we've got these three. All right, let's get purple, pink, blue, and hot pink. Okay, I'm definitely gonna need a stamp off sheet. Got that when my printer is screwing up. Okay, I don't think we're gonna need this. We're gonna set those aside. All right. I have this. What's on that? All right, I have this thought. So let's. Well, okay. All right. That was blue. Let's do hot pink. There. Where's my... I just saw that earlier. Here it is. There. All right. Okay, that. Okay, purple, pink. No, we didn't do purple yet. Let's do purple. Okay. Purple. Purple. Let's do a tiny little bit of purple over here too. There we go. Purple. All right, let's try to get this off of here. All right, and the last one is pink. I don't know, I feel like doing that kind of smears a little bit, so I'm going to try not to do that again. pink. Let's do that over that. There. All right, now let's use this one. We need our stamp pad. We've already been 25 minutes. This one might be a little bit longer, only because I'm kind of, whoa. I'm kind of doing more than I would normally do. I don't know, I'm just in that mood. Okay. There. 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 Maybe purple. Oops. That one's pretty good there. We just what do we think? That's newspaper for sure. Just layer after layer after layer. Should we do the other side as well? I don't know. Thinking we cover the other side with something. What else do we have? Flip out newspaper. So if we make this a flip out, could just attach it. Hold on. I need this a little bit smaller. Let's see here. Okay, hold on. I think I'm going to do this like that. If I do it like that, then we could flip that out that way. Could also be a flip out that way, like that. Okay. Oh, probably need to stamp that off. It looks kind of purple now. Okay, we need to decide what we're going to do with the inside of this before we No, I don't like that. I think we just need one solid sheet of something. Let's see. Let's find maybe a purple. I'm not sure we have a lot of purple. I'm not sure I have anything. These are from Joey. I don't know. Ooh, wait. Actually, what is that? Oh, no. I wish it was that whole thing. Yeah, these are usually half sheets. That's not going to work. Purple is not going to work. What pink? These are mine. These are from sort of wicked one, but new. I don't like those for this. Blue. Blue has more in it. Oh, because I've done a blue kit. That's why. Those are Bitty Pennies. I don't think we can use those this time. Not Joey's. And I don't think the Junk Journal Studio either. Oh. What are we going to use? Here's backgrounds. This is our chance to kind of use something a little bit more. Oh, something like that might be interesting. Go from the newspaper on one side to the handwritten on the other. Oh, that also might be interesting. That's from Collage Soup. Maybe watercolor's the way to go. Now that I think about it. Wait, what's that one? That's kind of different. That's too different. Okay. Alright. One more one we're going to look through. I just want to grab the watercolor one more time. You would think I would have it memorized by now, don't you think? However, I don't. Every time I open it, it's like a surprise to me. This is how horrible my memory is. Okay, ooh. Oh, yeah. This is when we use one of these. I feel like we can add those together. Let's try to do that. Okay. And then maybe we do something with that. Let's grab our scissors. We're going to put this down. Here. Thing about Collage Soup is they put their little label up there. Okay. If we do this here, we'd be layering again. I'd be okay with that. And then maybe we just cut this down. So which we would want the bottom, not the top. Okay. Alright, let's put glue on this. if we want this side to stay. Okay. Okay. I want that side to stay. And I kind of feel like we don't need to use this whole thing. We could just use part of it. Let's kind of square up and put it there. We'll tear it. Alright. Glue it down. Okay. Let's grab this. And put it right there. Oh, just a tad bit more. There we go. All right. Gorgeous. All right. Now, let's fold these. That. And there. There we go. Okay. Did glue that there, and then that can fold out like that. What do we want to do for decoration? Is this too much? That might be too much. Okay, flip out, layer, sprinkle arc, newspaper. We've covered all the bases, so now we can just do whatever we want to do. Should we go ahead and, let's go ahead and glue that down while we're trying to find something to be our focal point, because we're kind of all over the place. Okay. There we go. That will be our fold out. I feel like there needs to be a pocket here with a tag, maybe. I kind of feel like I want it to be a see-through pocket, though. A see-through pocket. See-through pocket. Special. Do I have any vellum paper in here? I do have vellum paper in here. Sparkly vellum paper, actually. See, always gotta look at our scraps first. Okay, so let's do that like, I don't know, 3 inches by 3 3/8. 3 inches by 3 3/8. Let's do it this way, 3 inches. And then 3 and 1, notch this. Alrighty. We'll glue that there. Right there. This would be, I would use this as writing. Oops, got glue on there. It's okay. So we need a tag for in there for sure. That is way too tall. That's actually perfect. Okay, so we'll probably put a focal point on that. We'll probably put a focal point here. I don't know what we're going to do with this. What do we want our focal point to be? This one's probably going to be at least an hour. I'm sorry, I apologize in advance. You can turn me off if you want, or head to the nearest exit. Or fast forward to the end. I don't know. Because I'm not sure what I'm doing. And I gotta think about what I want to do for the focal point. And what I want to use. We could use flowers. We always use flowers. We could use... Hold on. I'll be right back. I have to grab some. Sometimes I need inspiration. And sometimes there's good stuff in here that will give me inspiration. That I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I had that. Those are all the same picture. That little baby boy. Look at this one. Am I crying or singing? Ask Dad, he knows. Look at this girl. She's so cute. Ooh. One of those might be interesting. Kind of like the colors with that. Do we have one that we could use on the inside? Maybe her. I don't mind that. It's my first instinct to do it that way. Let's see if we come up with anything else. No. 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 I've got all them. No. No. Those need moved. Well, I need to go through this because some of these need moved out of here. I love that. I need to use that on something. These are the Gibson girls that I printed on brown paper. I need to go through that because it's got some Christmas stuff in it I need to move out. Okay, let's do this. Yes. Okay. She's going to go on this tag, but we definitely need to put something on the back. What if we... Oh, we need some kind of pink or something. No. Just don't like that. I need like a rose. Hold on a minute. Let's see. If we've got anything in here that would match up to that. I really like that on that because it's just a subtle design behind it. You know what? Let's just cut. Okay, we're going to use that. We're just going to cut this to this width, which is 2.5. Two and a half. Let's clip these. Alright. Okay, because this is already cardstock, that's why I did it that way. What did I do? Here it is. Let's tear that. And let's round every one of these corners. Put that on there. Just like that. All right. Spine reinforcer. That might be interesting. Let's just do that. Okay. Stick that in there. Alright, that that goes there. I like that. Do we need some kind of something over here? I feel like we need something to keep that shut almost. But I don't know. It would have to be up there and up there. Or one or the other. I don't know. Oh, we're coming up on an hour. Think, think, thunk. Wish I had a flower like one of those. Let's see. What's that? Oh, it's a pansy, I think. That might be interesting. Some old mindless crafting flower. When they did free digitals, I don't know if they still do that or not anymore. I did notice that they're... Oh, we need something to bag that. I don't think that's enough. I did notice that they are going to be on Wednesdays now instead of Tuesdays and Thursdays. I need to leave that out. I need to use that for something else. This needs to be rather simple, really. I need something else. Not so big. That's the problem. Most of them aren't tall. They're wide. They don't make that many labels like that are tall, which I don't know why. Because we need some tall ones. Oh, what's that? I think that will work if I can get it to stay now. Okay, that's... just texted me. Annette. Okay. I think I like that. I feel like we need something in this corner. What are another one of those flowers? Might as well use them. Dark or light? Light. That way it ties that into that. Okay. I'll do that. Alright, that. Should we put one? Wondering if we use this one. To keep this shut. I don't know, is it too much of a distraction? Maybe we just do a little no. No, I almost feel like it needs to be darker. Let's do one of these. Hold on. Let's do an inch. Wait. We need to put it on a piece of cardstock. Well, here, we'll just do it this way. Okay. Punch a hole there. I should have put it on a cardstock. I hate doing that. Oh, come on. This just is not like... just regular paper. Okay. And see, watch, this one will do fine. See? That did fine. Okay. Do these, glue these together. Glue them together. And let's ink that. Inking is like my way of not getting things perfect. It's not perfect ink the edge, so it'll be fine. Okay. Alright. Got that. Okay. Let that sit for a minute. Alright, let's see. We got all our things. Zoom it in on that. Okay. Flip out. We did, because this is a flip out. Here. Flips out. Tuck it back in there. So we did that. Flip out. Layer. We did that. We got all the layers in the background. Very cool. Newspaper. We stamped this whole thing with newspaper. Here. Very cool. And sprinkler arc. Oops, we should have. Newspaper. Layer. Flip out. And sprinkler arc. And I think we more than covered that with our colors. So I think we were pretty successful. What do y'all think? I hope you liked it. I hope you had fun playing along this time. And I can't wait to see what y'all create. Make sure you thumbs up, leave a comment if you want, and please share your creations in my community page here on YouTube and in the Facebook group, Happy Place Crafting group. So that's it for today, folks. I came close to an hour. Sorry, I went a little over. Remember that crafting is cheaper than therapy, and we get to make really cool stuff. Plus, we get to make really cool friends. Until next time, I'll catch you later. Ta-da!